Hi, boys and girls. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to go over your reading assignment for today and what I expect of you for this first little part that you're doing for your book report. So today what I would like you to do is start to think about the character traits. You've already read a little bit of the book that you chose for your book report, and today you're going to be reading more. So you'll get to know these characters even better. So what I want you to do is really focus on those characters and take notes by creating this table as you read. So I'm going to model an example for you of what I want right now. I decided to do the book Because of Winn-Dixie because we are all familiar with it. We've been reading this book together. You are going to do this in your writer's notebook, or if you have another notebook, even if you want to type this up, it's up to you as long as you make some kind of chart with the character traits. Remember that it's really important. I want you to start on a fresh page. I want you to put the date, so April 20th, 2020, and then the title, character traits, and underline the name of the book underneath that you're doing, okay? So the table that I said I wanted you to make, and yours doesn't have to look like this. You can do it any way that you want. I might have done it a little bit differently because I realized that I had a lot to write over here, so maybe I would have turned the book the other way around, but that's okay. I want you to have 3 sections of your table: the character, the trait, and the evidence. So I'm going to start with our main character in Because of Winn-Dixie, and we know that our main character is Opal, okay? I came up with 3 different traits for her. The first trait that I came up with was big-hearted, and I gave a piece of evidence to support that. He was an ugly dog, but I loved him with all my heart, and I even wrote what page number it was on, page 14, so if I need to come back to that later, I can. The second trait that I came up with was friendly. So we need to have a party and invite Franny and the preacher and Otis. Sweetie Pie can come too, on page 136. So that's a character trait that describes Opal because this is a specific example. We also know that Opal got to be friends with all of the people around her neighborhood. She's even starting to become friendly with some of those that weren't always the nicest to her, okay? And then she's also brave. And an example of brave was I said real quick before I lost my nerve. If you remember, that's when she was asking her dad to tell her a little bit about her mom. Okay. So remember, a character trait is a word that describes Opal. And these character traits that we have right here are internal character traits. We talked about how internal are things that maybe you can't see from the outside. That she's big-hearted. Friendly, you might be able to argue that that could be a little bit external because if someone's waving, you could say that they're friendly. And then brave. These are all things that are internal. I'd rather you focus on internal character traits than external character traits right now because I want you to see what your character or feel what your character is like on the inside. Now I'm going to go to a supporting character. A supporting character is a character in our book, but it's not the main character. But they help support, and they're part of the book, and they have a relationship with Opal. So I said Gloria Dump, and I said that Gloria Dump is inclusive. So if you hear the word inclusive, what do you think that means? Well, I hear the word kind of like include and inclusive, and I know that in means like inside, right? When in, it's the opposite of out, right? So inclusive means to welcome other people. So the example that I gave was that Gloria told Opal she had to invite the Dewberry Boys to the party or she wouldn't let her have it at her house. So I think that shows that Gloria Dump is a very inclusive person because she wants to make sure that everyone feels welcome, okay? And then I might, challenge myself and talk about a different character like Otis, how Otis is kind of nervous, okay? And give an example of how Otis wasn't sure about coming to the party at first because he hasn't been around a lot of people for a long time. So this is what I want you to do today, and all of these things are going to help you when you go to your final draft of your book report. I'm really excited to share your book report when you pick it up on Wednesday in your packets at school. Okay? I hope this helped, and remember, I really want to see, you can even share it with me on Seesaw, that you are organizing your work, just like we talk about every day in class, right? How we write our date, it's nice and neat, you're labeling what needs to be labeled, there's headings, okay? So keep up the good work.